Hello everyone. I am here to do a little craft with me on how I did these beautiful, amazing, awesome DIY Christmas balls. And I just decorated them and stuck them in my really cool Hobby Lobby bowl. And oh my goodness, they turned out so amazing. I love every one of them, even though I wasn't sure if I was going to love them, but I ended up loving them. They're just so cool. These bigger ones I bought at Hobby Lobby. There's two different sizes, but these ones I got at Hobby Lobby. They're just clear Christmas balls, and this one was $2 and this one was $1.50 or something. But yeah, I got these ones at Hobby Lobby just because I wanted a variety of sizes. But this size and this size is from the dollar store. Yeah, I super love them. Anyways, I will show you how I came about these. I was watching, oops, let me turn this off because I don't want that kind of lighting. I was watching a, good grief, video on YouTube, and it's by Debi's Designs, I think, how she redoes or does some DIYs on these Dollar Tree Christmas balls. This is just how they came, and I've had them in my stash for, well, I don't know, a couple years now. And I'm like, oh, what do I do with these? Do I donate them? Do I get rid of them? I don't know what I want to do with them. So, I thought, let me try to get this lighting. Here we go. That's a little better, right? Anyways, I thought, what should I do with those? So, what I did was I just took out the ones that didn't have the sparkly on them, and I will just start at the beginning and tell you out as I go. I have my whole desk full of stuff. I mean, it is loaded with just whatever I had in my stash because I didn't have everything that she had to do hers with. So this is what I came up with. I'm going to use this gesso because it's the only one I have, and I am going to find my paintbrush. And this is what I do. I just take my little Christmas ball here and I just cover it with gesso. She painted hers first with like her DIY paint that she has, but I tried to get some of that, and I tried to get everything that she used, but that's kind of expensive, and I thought I'm gonna try and see what I can come up with. And I kind of glob it on, you know, just so it has some different textures and things, all sorts of different directions, and some I'll leave like little blobs of it and stuff like that. Just like that, so it gives it some texture. And then I dry this. I also do the top. After I dry it, I gesso the top part. And let's see here. I will pause this and dry this really quick. Okay, that was taking way too long to dry. So I found one that I already have done right here. And this is a red one, but you're not going to see any of that by the time I'm done with it. And my next step is to get my little mold here. I have a few different ones of these, and they're IOD molds by Prima. And yeah, I used them a lot actually. I numbered them in case because I want to order some different ones and I don't want to order the same one. But yeah, I have a whole pile of these. Well, not a whole pile, but like 6 of them. And then I use this paper clay right here because this stuff is super duper soft. I love this stuff. I was going to try some other stuff, but it was when I was in the store and I was trying to squeeze it, I'm like, oh, that's going to hurt my hands because I have to have some super soft stuff. And this is super, super soft. And I got this at, some of it I got at Michael's. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. You can get it on Amazon. But if you go to the store, Hobby Lobby or Michael's, you can use the coupon and get a half price. It's normally like 10 bucks or something. But I like, you know, use coupons. So, I'm going to show you how I do this. Let's just pick one, I think. I think I'm just gonna, I don't know. I don't know which one I want to do. Let's see. I like them all. But here, let's try this one. Just so you can, we'll try this one. Usually I try to get all the stuff out of it, but it's not too bad right now. And I have a huge mess going on here, so. And sometimes I will powder this. That's what that white stuff in there is, powder. Just in case, so it doesn't stick. And this is just regular old baby powder right here. And let me get to look. Oh, all my brushes are wet. Oh no. Well, I'll just do this. Kind of like you do in a cake pan. That's what I'm gonna do. They also have like a little brush that you can, they have like some kind of little tool out there I've seen people use, which I do not have. So I got this little sugar thing or whatever this is from a garage sale. So that is what I use. And I'm just showing you my messy way of doing things. Sorry if it really drives you crazy because it's really messy. But it's kind of like in real time here because I don't know how to pause and do all that stuff. So yeah, you're really going to be crafting with me in my kind of way because this is how I do it. And I just take, here, I'll show you the whole package so you know exactly what it looks like. The Creative Paper Clay. And yeah, it's usually $9.99 or something, but you can use a coupon on this, and I think it comes in a bigger package as well. But I just take my little scraper tool, my out of the garage tool I have right here, and I just chop off a piece and then set it over there. And I just kind of, this is, let's see, I just kind of smash it out to be like about as big as the, oopsie, mold that I'm gonna do. And I just use my good fingers and try to push it down in there. You don't have to use this whole piece. You can just use pieces of it too. You don't have to use the whole mold. And you just press it down in there like so. I don't talk very much. I'm sorry. I'm just showing you my little routine here. You just cover it up really good, like that. And then I take my little tool again, and I just kind of scrape off the excess, like that. And then I kind of like try to clean up the edges as much as possible because I don't want all that funky stuff on the sides. So I just kind of clean them up, make sure it's shaped exactly like my, you just want it flat on this side because you want to be able to put it on your little dude here. See, that's just too much. So I just scrape it back in like that. Like so. And then you just loosen up all the sides like that. Crack it away from the sides, and these bend so easy. It's just like so easy to do. And then voila, you got your Beautimus little mold. And I'm going to make 2 of those. I'm going to make this one as well, because I want 2 of them on here. Just getting another piece of this. It's so buttery soft too. And if I can do it with my really bad hands, anybody can smash this paper clay. I mean, I do get a little, I can't do too many in one sitting, but I can do it. And let's see. And then I just smash it in like that. I'll take this. Oops, I knew that was going to happen. And yeah, that'll happen. But it's clay, so you can just redo it like that. At least you see my mistakes, right? My doggy's over there whining. I don't know why. I'm watching my son's dog right now, so I have a few doggies going on. I'm going to turn this like this. Try not to like dig down in there, but you kind of want it really smooth on this side right here. Just a minute, Emma. She's got some bad hips and she cries, and it's very sad. This stuff is so soft that you can just scoop some off with your hands too. You don't even have to have this little piece or this little tool thingy. And then I think the less you play with it, the better the mold it comes out, because once the clay gets really warmed up, it gets a little soft. And see, there you go. It'll have some little cracks in it, but that's what gives it character, and it's what makes it look more decrepit when it's all done. I super love it. Super love it. And the excess clay, you just put it back in your little package. I just put it in and I fold it up like that, and I put it in a little baggie wherever I did that. I don't, oh, here it is. And I just put it back in my baggie. And they say if it dries out at all, then you can put a little water in your bag and then just Ziploc it back up, and it will just moisten right back up. So there's that part. And then let me get my, I use wood glue because that's what Debbie used. Let me see here. It's getting down there. All those ornaments only took that much. Plus Trina did some too, so it didn't take too much glue, really. But I do put a lot of glue on mine. And then I just take my little paintbrush here, get my little ornament, get that out of the way, and I just dip this in, flip my little thing over, and put glue all over it. I guess you could squirt it on there, but this is a less messy way of me doing it. If I was to squirt it on there, I'd probably have way too much. I just make sure I get it on all the little tips of it, and I smashed it. Darn it. Oh, well, that's okay. It's not even going to look like this by the time I'm done anyways. So, yeah. I just set that in there because I'm going to use that again. And then I just take my little Christmas ball, slap it on there the way I want it, And you can move it all around. It takes a few minutes for it to actually stick to it. I'm going to put a little glue on that little knobby there. And then you just kind of tap it until it stays in place like you want it. Don't smash too hard because then you're going to smash your, just lightly kind of keep pushing it down until it stays where you want it. Like that. And it's going to come back up again here in a second. It'll kind of lift up a little bit like that right there. But you just keep going around it and smashing it down. It's probably not exactly where I want it right this second anyways, so I'm not going to worry about it being all the way completely down just yet because I want to put this one on too. So let's see, how am I going to do this one? I think I'm going to do this one like, there's no wrong or right way of doing this. So you just kind of fiddle with it until it's where you want it. So yeah, I think, let's see. I'm going to move this over. That's a good thing about it when you mess with it when it's dry, because you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. So, I just get my little glue on here. Whoops, hope I've been in frame the whole time. Sorry if I'm not. I am a very messy crafter too, by the way. So, yeah. You just have to bear with me here. I probably should have had one. Oh, I do have some over here, but I wanted to show you how I attach these and all that good stuff. So I think I'm going to slap it on there. It doesn't matter if you're moving around, you see glue and all that nonsense, because you're not going to see it by the time you're done. So see, you can move this all over the place and do whatever you want with it. Just don't push too hard on your thing because you don't want the pattern to disappear. But you do have to mess with it and mess with it a couple times to get it exactly where you want it and to make sure it stays down. My phone has been going psycho all morning, but I'm going to ignore that for a second and I'll have to call them back. That's my house phone too, by the way. So it's not, I can't really turn that off. So anyways, yeah, I just do that and then I'll set it aside to dry, and like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes goes by, I'll go back over, grab it, and just make sure it's all down still, because some of it will lift up a little bit. Again, it takes you about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes of just messing with one, just to make sure it stays down. And if you see that glue right there, I just take this and get it off there, because I don't want it to be blobs of it on there. But yeah, well, there we have it. And I'll set this aside to dry, and I'll come back to it. Whoops. Good grief. I'll set this right over here to dry so I can keep an eye on it. And then I have some that are already dry. Let's see here. This might end up being a two-parter too. I'm trying to make it to where it's not, but it might end up being. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so like this one, this is a little tiny dollar store one. And then there's this little guy. These are both dollar store ones right here. I think I will do, see how that one cracked right there, but that's okay because it'll make it look decrepit. I put two, different ones. You can mix and match your molds. You don't have to do any certain, you can do whatever you want to do on these. And I have this big old one right here that I have to finish. And yeah, let's just do this one, I think. I think this one will be fun. And I don't really know, I can't really say I can show you whatever I'm going to use right now, but that's not what I use on every one of them because every one is totally different. Yesterday I tried to do two the same. Yeah, didn't work. Trina I was FaceTime with my cousin Trina, and I just did one, showed her, and then I went to do it again, and I'm like, well, there's no two Christmas balls going to be the same. So, okay, what do I want to do with this? I think I'm going to start out with this one being this mossy green color, maybe. And I got this stuff at Walmart, and I got a lot of different colors on this Waverly chalk paint matte finish stuff because I'm going to use this on some of my book covers. And then I use just, I don't have any certain like little kit to make things look old, so I just grabbed a bunch of stuff that I had on hand and made them look old. So let's see. I am going to get this one, clean my little brush here. And there's no right or wrong way of doing this because if you don't like it, you can just repaint it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to stay any old way, any old certain way. It can just, I just take it and I'll just paint it on like this, getting in all the little crevices like that. And I do the little topper thing too. And I am very messy, just so you know. And I kind of smooth it out, make sure there's no big blobs like on your paper clay because you don't want your design to disappear. However, I do sometimes just leave blobs of paint wherever, like on the flat parts sometimes, just to give it some texture. So, yeah, because I like it to be not just a real smooth looking, like on this flat part, I kind of will just leave blobs of paint and let it dry like that, just so it has a little texture on it. Yeah, and all these Waverly things, I think you can get these at Michael's too. All these Waverly paints, but I get them they're super cheap. I get them at Walmart. And then I'll just grab this topper little thing right here. And sometimes I don't want to drop it because my hands get really weak sometimes. So sometimes I'll just lay it, because it doesn't matter if you have marks on it or whatever, because I am going to be fixing that with other stuff. It's probably painful for other people to watch me do this, but you guys asked me to, so here we go. I just make sure that where the clay design is not filled, get over here, not filled with paint, because I want to be able to see my design. So So, but this part, you can just blob it on and do whatever you want. And leave paint wherever you want it. So yeah. And it doesn't have to be totally covered because you're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff to this. So if it's not perfect, it's totally fine. Let me pause this enough to dry, so I will be right back. Okie dokie, I am back. This one is almost dry, but not quite dry enough. I just want to make sure my paint is super dry, so I'm gonna, oh, and this was the color moss, just in case somebody wanted to know. And so I'm gonna set that over here with the other one to dry. And I had this one painted from last night, and the color on this one, actually I think I used this on this ball. And these I got on sale. You can get these, I don't know, anywhere probably. And these I got on sale at my local little store, but I got them like a couple years ago, and they were supposed to be crackle paint, but they were super dried out. So I added some water to them. They're not going to be crackly paint anymore because I added water to it, but it's perfect for just mixed media and stuff now. So yeah, weathered wood is this color. And so I'm like, I will paint a couple balls with that and just practice and play around with it, because I didn't want to throw them out. One was really super hard, but all these ones that I have right here, I just added water to them and stirred them up, and they're just fine for mixed media. So yeah, that is what I painted this with. And let's see, what do I want to do? See, I don't really ever have a plan because I don't know what I'm doing. This is just something that's in my brain, I guess, that I'm just messing with. So let's see, what do I want to do? I think I have this. It's Inca Gold Hamlet. I guess that's the name of it. And these I've had forever too, and they are getting super dried out as well. Hard as a rock, so I just, they're supposed to be hard. Oh, this one's not hard now, but I just took some water and sprayed it in there and softened it up a little bit. So I am going to take, I always have my water and spray some on my glass mat here just because, just in case I want it. Because I will just take this, put a little water on it, and kind of go like that. And I will just like rub it in, just kind of like shading it a little bit with it, I guess. That's what I'm doing. That's what I call it anyway. Just kind of shade around the, and just wipe it off with my finger. You can mess it around all over the place, actually. There is no, I don't know. Each ball is totally different. I have another one painted the same color over here, and I'll try to do the same thing to it. And I bet you anything it won't come out the same. I know that. I want that to be dark in there. My stomach is growling. Yes, it is. I just use my finger to spread it around. And that is what I did with that. And actually, you know, what I'm going to do I am just gonna, after doing all that, right? See, I never know what I'm gonna do. I just mess around with it until I like it. But I'm actually gonna do this. I'm just gonna spread some on there and do what I want with it. And then I'll take a baby wipe and wipe off the top part. Just because. I don't know. I just don't ever have like a true how did you do that, because I don't even know how I do it myself. When I come to the next one like this, if I like the way this one turns out and I want to do the same thing with this, well, I might know what I did now that I'm videoing it, right? That's a great idea, actually. I am just going to smear that on there. Take the baby wipe and wipe off the bumpy parts. I use my hand a lot. In this project. And I'll just blob some on there and just kind of smear it around. And wherever I want it to be darker, I just go back over it. It's kind of just whatever you prefer it to look like, actually, to tell you the truth. And I will put that over there. Clean this hot mess. And yeah, this stuff dries so fast. And yeah, my hands get really nasty. But it does dry pretty fast. Let's see, what do I want to do now? See, oh, I'm sorry, ladies, but I just never do have a plan. I just grab whatever's next to me and just mess with it. Oh, this is the Maya gold. And, I don't know, it's like a copper color. This is my gold. Oh, orange gold is what this is, because that's just all I had. And I'll just put a little bit here and there, because you know nothing rusts up the same, right? So I'll just plop it on.